Welcome to Central Georgia Focus. I'm your host today, Kathlyn Heck. The city of Warner Robins, part of one of the fastest growing areas in our state. And today we want to talk about some current projects that are happening and learn the city's plans for its future. So our guest today is none other than the Warner Robins Mayor, LaRhonda Patrick. Thank you for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
We have a little something fun for today too. This week we are introducing members of our newest group of 13 WMAZ junior journalists. So we're going to take a look back at some of the earlier auditions that we had, and here's some of the questions and advice that students have for you, Mayor Patrick. So they had some really great questions. I'm excited to hear your answers about those.
Great.
First, though, let's do a little bit of talking about the city. We're seeing a lot of growth in Warner Robins. Where are you seeing the most growth right now, and how is the city planning ahead for that?
The majority of growth we're seeing in our city right now is on the newer parts, going towards 75 or in the Bon Air area. That's where the houses are coming, and that's where the people are moving.
And how are you planning ahead for that growth and making sure that the city has a good map of everything as that's happening?
Well, we're doing some sewer improvement projects, which is really important because without sewer, there's no development. So we've put in millions of dollars to upgrade our sewer system to allow more capacity for more houses to be built. We have a lot of houses in our community, but we need even more as we have things like the new missions coming at Robins Air Force Base. And we're also planning for different things like street improvements, traffic improvement, because we have some traffic in Warner Robins, and we're trying to be proactive about planning for the future when it comes to traffic flow. You
and I have both been in Warner Robins a long time. It's hard to believe we have traffic in Warner Robins now, but it's true. Well, that growth you're talking about the neighborhoods brings us to our first question from Corey McKenzie, a question about growing neighborhoods. We can pop up our question here. It says, I want more houses in my neighborhood, stuff like that. There's one patch of open space. So again, how are you planning out the city to make sure that areas are getting all of that growth?
Well, you know, we look at the areas, we look at areas that can have residential, look at areas that can have commercial, and we try to promote it. Developers will come and they'll build what they'd like. Areas that are oversaturated, they'll stop seeing development because there's no more spaces to build. But we are really big about trying to make sure we're incorporating areas for physical activity, walking and biking trails. Those things are on the way in the city of Warner Robins, and some of them will pass through residential areas as well.
I have a good mix of everything.
Correct.
Now, talking about neighborhoods, we've also heard a lot about the need for affordable housing in Warner Robins. What is the city doing to make sure that there is a good amount of affordable housing for people who are moving into the city?
Well, workforce housing is important. It's one of the main things that I see as that we need to work on the most in our community and across our nation. Recently, the city of Warner Robins did receive a grant to build some houses, a $1.5 million grant to build houses that are for workforce. For the workforce, and these are houses for people to own. Typically you see lower income housing for workforce coming in the form of multi-family units, but we have a grant, 1.5 million, to build houses, townhomes, for people to actually do home ownership. So we're really excited about that project, and we look forward to see what it does for our community.
That's going to be a great thing for a lot of families. Now, the city's been talking about a homeless shelter for a while. We're getting ready to come up on those colder months. Where are we in the process of getting that shelter open?
Yes, Haven Hope House is on the way. As you know, we bought a building last year, and it's currently going through renovations. And the city of Warner Robins, we're doing a community build, and that is very unique and very intense undertaking because our goal is to have all of the skilled labor and regular labor performed by the community by volunteering. And so far we have been extremely successful. We have a company called Brother Stecco who's working with us right now, donating all of the skilled labor. Wow. So when that's done, we'll do just like a Habitat for Humanity would do, and we invite the community in to help us build and rough out the insides. So we're hoping to have an opening in December of this year after all the renovations are complete. But Haven Hope House is going great. We have a coalition meeting coming up soon. We're talking with Middle Flint about coming in and providing the services to the residents who would qualify for those services, as well as other agencies and nonprofits around the state.
So special that so many people are coming together for that project. That's great.
Absolutely.
Now we want to turn attention now to tech and education. We have Cora Jean Daniel has a wish. Let's take a look at the video.
It's sad whenever you see like kids who aren't able to learn all the stuff because their school doesn't have enough money. And I think the government should fund more money to kids to help with their education.
How can the city take part in that and helping these kids learn and get the best environment for learning?
Well, we have our innovation lab coming. The community innovation lab is going to be coming. We'll be opening it up probably the beginning of next year, that first quarter. And that is all about innovation in STEM for our children and for all members of our community, and it's completely free to the public. So we're really excited about our Eno lab. It's a collaboration with Ed Farm and Apple Incorporated. So it's a really, really great opportunity to expose our children to different educational programs that they wouldn't have access to otherwise.
And for those who don't know much about the lab, talk about some of the resources that'll be available there for people.
Absolutely. We have coding, robotics, fabrication lab, drone, presentation space, podcasting, and even an outdoor garden.
That is, I need to take part in that gardening thing too. That's great, and that'll help too, not just with the kids who are wanting to learn different things, but also with economic growth and growing the workforce.
Absolutely. We have adult education programs as well, and also programs for seniors. For adult education, of course, it's giving them a new skill. We have coding, so it helps them with getting coding, even some certifications to help them with job placement. And for seniors, just helping them learn how to operate something as simple as a smartphone so that they can talk to their children, their grandchildren on video. So we're really excited. It's something for everyone. We even have a library that'll be in our Eno lab, so it's going to be really great.
And when is that coming?
It should be coming the first quarter of next year.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to turn now to another topic we heard from when we were talking to the kids, and that is crime and safety. Student Garrett Edger says the city should put up more cameras around the neighborhood, saying, "One time my mom's car got broken into by 2 kids. I think they should put up security cameras in all neighborhoods and with the neighborhood crime watch." So what are your thoughts? We've seen these cameras popping up in a lot of communities around our area. What are your thoughts on those cameras and how they help in crime fighting?
Well, the cameras, we need more. We're very big right now on, again, like I stated, innovation and smart policing. That's something that we're working on tremendously with our police department and public safety. Recently, this year, we actually were awarded Smart 21 Award for having the top 21 smart technologies in a municipality in the world. So it's a very huge effort that went into that project with our Digital Twin Cities program, which is all about using our camera systems to help deter, detect, and proactively fight against crime in our community, which includes a scenario that you just mentioned. 2 kids breaking into a mother's car inside of a neighborhood. We're going to roll out our FUSIS program, which would allow individuals who have their own private security system to tie into a system that our police department can access only when needed, which is going to help detect and deter crime as well. So I look forward to the day when we can say that our city is at least 80% covered with some sort of camera surveillance system to keep us safe.
I know a lot of families will appreciate that, feeling safe in their neighborhoods. We have one more question we wanted to bring up for you. Student Landon Strickland observed this challenge to keep roads and drivers safe, saying now people are putting computers in their cars, so it's much easier to disobey the law of looking at your device or a computer while you're driving, which is of course something you don't really think about. They say hands-free, but with all the technology in these cars now, it's easy to be hands-free and still be distracted.
Exactly. I mean, Teslas have karaoke. I ride in there sometimes with one of my team members, and we do karaoke in the car. So there's so many distractors in the vehicles now. So it's so important to make sure, as we're teaching and training our children to get behind the wheel, that we expose them to the importance of keeping your hands off of devices. Though it's very, very enticing, you must always do safety first.
I told you, we've had some really great questions from these kids. We're going to get to a couple more of them when we come back. First, we're going to take a quick break. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. Today we are talking with Warner Robins Mayor LaRhonda Patrick all about the city's growth and plans for the future. Now, as the city is looking now to fill some leadership seats, that's been going on for quite a good time. We have the new fire chief, city administrator, finance director. Where is the city in that process?
Well, we're in a really great place, and we look forward to making some exciting announcements, hopefully this month, about 2 of those positions.
Okay.
Finding staff for municipalities right now is a little bit of a challenge, not just in Warner Robins, but across our state. and I'd say across most of our country. Just having that talent pool with the baby boomers going into retirement, and then you have the younger generation coming out and going into their career, there's a gap, a little bit of a gap that many industries are experiencing when it comes to finding talent replacement. So we're working hard to make sure that we are vetting the proper individual. Mm-hmm. And what I like to do is like to court candidates when it's a really big position. So courting them, meaning getting to know them, developing rapport, mm-hmm. touching them several times in different opportunities, so make sure we have the right person and the right fit, not just for our city, but also for them and their families. And that takes time. And we've had some false alarms when it comes to fire chief, and we're really excited about where we are right now. Our fire department has been hanging in there, and we have an interim chief who is doing a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal leader, and I'm just so excited about where our city's going with the new leadership that'll be joining our city, and we'll be making some announcements pretty soon.
We will be looking forward to those for sure. The city's also talking about a big rebranding plan. So talk a little bit about that and what all that's entailing right now.
Oh yeah, so the city, of course, we're only 81 years old, and we're known as Georgia's international city. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, I was at an event with a lot of mayors from across the nation, and there was a mayor in Georgia who said that she was the mayor of the international city. And I was like, oh, well, that's what they call Warner Robins, Georgia's international city. And she debated me down to say that I took the name of her city. So that alone really made me see that we've got to go through a branding mm-hmm. process to see if we are terming ourselves as we should and actually embodying and looking like we describe ourselves. And there's a gap there. So the branding process has been phenomenal. We had a great team come down and work with us for a few days, very intense, from 8 a.m. through 7 p.m. in some cases, just working and talking and doing the focus groups, the community engagement forums, to really hear from our community what they think our identity is. And we'll be getting something from them within the next 6 weeks about what their take is on what our identity should be and what our new brand should look like and what it should mean.
And part of that rebranding that the city's going through right now is creating that downtown space that the city has lacked for so long. Where are we at in the process with Commercial Circle? There's been a lot of developments lately. Yeah, so Commercial Circle is a great project. I came in when I campaigned, I talked about finally having a downtown. I remember hearing about it as a middle school student at Tabor Middle School. And then, of course, in high school, I heard about having a downtown, and it never came. And this is my forever home. I'm raising my child here. And I love going downtown and taking a stroll. Mm-hmm. Go downtown for all of your needs. So that is a high priority for me. So Operation Reawaken is well on its way. We've already demolished some of the buildings. When I came in, the city owned less than 1 acre of Commercial Circle. The rest was privately owned. Now we own or have under contract over 80% of it. 17 acres, we have over 14 an ownership or under contract. So we are very aggressive in this process to have made that much progress mm-hmm. in 2 years' time. So it's going well. We have our infrastructural blueprints done and completed by UGA's College of Engineering. And then we're also working with the Carl Vinson Institute to do our renderings to finally show an image of the potential we have in Commercial Circle. RFPs will go out after our renderings are done mm-hmm. to really market our area for a good place for a multi-use developer to come in and build the downtown we've all been waiting for. So it's been an exciting process. Council and I have been knee deep in the planning process, and this is our baby, and we're so thrilled about what the future holds. And when can we expect those renderings? I know that's something a lot of people are wanting, is just to kind of wrap their mind around what that's actually going to look like. Absolutely. Our plan right now is before the end of December. Okay. We'll be looking forward to that for sure. Now, of course, as we talk about all the growth and the change and the rebranding, you mentioned, maybe we aren't the international city. What is the city of Warner Robins? But of course, you don't want to lose those international ties that we do have in the city either. So how do you make sure that those cultural groups are still represented in that rebranding and in, the namesake of the city? Well, we have our International City Experience coming up the first Saturday in September,
And that's going to be really awesome to see all the different cultures that make Warner Robins so beautiful and unique coming together in one platform. And that's something that we want to do going forward. It wants to be our signature event for the city, just really touching all the different cultures and bringing light to them. We are known as International City, but we don't look or act like it, to be quite honest. And this is an opportunity for us to actually look, act, and feel like a true international city. So even if our identity changes to something else, or we have a new slogan, or we really hone into the aviation with the new missions coming to Robins Air Force Base, we still have an international community, and we've got to make sure we provide the space and platform for us to connect.
We have another question that we want to bring up from one of those who auditioned for our junior journalist. See if we can pull up that graphic there so we can read the question. Talking about some of the growth at the mall, the Cinnamon right next to it, because it has a lot of stores there. A lot of people in Houston County like to shop at those stores, so they need to keep that there. So how do you balance bringing in all this growth in the downtown and throughout the city with also making sure that you're supporting the things that you already have?
Oh, well, you know, we have a lot of people to go around. They like shopping in all the different places. We want to make sure we're not oversaturating in an area. Of course, people complain about the car washes and the car maintenance stores, which I hope those we'll see less of those coming into our community, but really wanted to expand the offerings that we do have, but still promote, especially those small businesses in our community. Make sure they have their space, make sure they have their voice, and do different events that really highlight those mom and pop shops or mom and pop boutiques with the different weeks that we do, like we have the Burger Week coming up. So we're really trying to be thinking outside the box to engage people and do something fun and new.
I know a lot of people excited about that Burger Week, where I was known for some good food. We also have Kendall Adams has some advice for leaders about remaining your authentic self, saying a lot of people just go with the crowd instead of what they think also. So I would like to say, think about what your gut is saying first before you think about what other people are saying. What are your thoughts on that, and especially as being a leader of the city and going with what you think is best?
You have to be true to yourself. Integrity is important to me. I was raised to have integrity. I also need to have compassion and empathy. So you need to do what's best for you at all times, and don't be swayed by other individuals that may try to entice you to do something that's not the right thing. Do the right thing, feel good and true to yourself from your inner heart, then you will be okay.
That's some good advice there, Mayor. All right, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back to talk more about City of Warner Robins. Welcome back to Central Georgia Focus. We are joined today by Warner Robins Mayor LaRhonda Patrick, and throughout the show we've heard some advice and questions from some of the students who tried out to become our next 13 WMAZ junior journalists. We've had a lot of fun with those so far. We want to hear from Lily Strickland. She has this question for you, Mayor Patrick.
What is the best thing about your position?
My position is being able to make impact quickly. Most times you have an idea or a thought, but there's so much red tape before it can actually occur. And in this position, the red tape disappears. So you can get to different initiatives quickly. If you think it can be. And having a great team that really does work aggressively to get to solving solutions quickly is just icing on the cake for me.
Now, looking back at your time as mayor so far, what would you say is one of your biggest accomplishments that you're really most proud of?
Let's see, I'd say my biggest accomplishment would be the homeless shelter Haven Hope House, because that's something that's already in place. We already have the building up, and we're doing the renovations. There's two other things that's going to be complete soon, so I'm really excited about those too.
A lot going on in Warner Robins. So we also have Satch Gilbert asked a pretty popular question that we heard among the students, so let's take a listen to that.
How did you get hired for the job?
I got hired from the job by running for office. I had to be bold enough to think that I could do this position and put myself out there so the community can get to know who LaRhonda is to my core and trust in me to serve in this position and be a servant leader. And it's been the best job I've ever had outside of being a mother to my son.
That was quite the process, and of course not as simple as just putting in a resume to a job.
Yes, you have to convince a lot of people to vote yes, and that is nerve-wracking, but it's very rewarding at the same time.
Now, what are your goals as you're looking to the future for the rest of your term? What do you want to see Warner Robins become?
I want to see Warner Robins become a community that is the lighthouse for other communities in our state. I want the state of Georgia to see Warner Robins as that model community that's doing things outside the box and getting to solutions quickly instead of doing things the way we've always done them. That's good in some cases. Tradition is always important, but you got to be innovative, you got to move forward, and you got to address issues and do things a new way, because our city is new. Our city is always becoming new because you get more new people coming into your community. You have the young adults, so you have the children becoming adults in our community, having families. So the needs of our community always changes. So you must be flexible. So allowing us to be that beacon for the Middle Georgia and state of Georgia to see, where we're doing all different types of initiatives to really bring light to improving the quality of life for our residents, is what I want our city to be.
We do have another great piece of advice for you from student Levi Ratskin. So let's take a look and see what they have to say.
Just do good, like help with anything, maybe help with the police if there's something going on, help with, like roads or something.
Of course, that kind of encompasses all what you're saying, you know, doing a lot of new things, doing a lot of innovative things, kind of having your hands in everything. So what does it take to do your job and accomplish those things Levi was talking about?
So I heard a little bit of what Levi said. I think he said something with public safety.
Public safety, helping with police, helping with the roads, whatever's going on, just making sure you're taking care of it.
Okay, yeah, so I am a full-time mayor, so I'm the CEO of the city, so I have to be engaged in all those issues that he just mentioned. When it comes to the policing, making sure public safety has everything they need to support and protect our community, that's always one of the #1 things in any city in our country, not just the city of Warner Robins. When it comes to our public works, making sure they have all the equipment and resources they need to keep our roads safe and to keep our community clean and looking nice. Those are all priorities. So when it comes to managing a budget, you've got to put your money where the most important priorities are, which is just what that journalist mentioned. And when it comes to the community helping us, I'd love to see the little ones telling us, these junior journalists telling us what they want to see, telling us what's inside their community, what can improve, what they don't like, so that our guys can quickly adjust and get to that solution too.
Kids always give the honest answers too, don't they?
Yes.
Now, of course, it would be nice if we had a magic wand or a magic wish that we could give instead of having to go through all that work to make things happen in the city. So if you could have a magic wand, what would you do to change in Warner Robins overnight?
Honestly, if I could have a magic wand, the #1 thing that I would change is housing affordability, specifically for seniors and for workforce. Those are extremely important to me. I've seen individuals who have full-time positions making around $40,000 who are getting evicted from their homes. I see individuals that work for the city who work day in and day out on call, and they struggle every single week to make ends meet for their large family, and it just breaks my heart. I have a grandmother who lives here in a senior housing community, and I help her every month just to pay her bills to make sure she can stay on her own as long as the good Lord allows her to stay on her own. But those struggles that are unstated, dealing with the reality of the cost of living in our community, is something I really wish I could do a magic wand and make it better for those individuals who truly deserve it. People are not looking for a handout. They're actually working full-time, trying to support a family and have the American dream. And those senior citizens who have paid their dues, who have their Social Security, who are still struggling to live on their own. And that's what I really really wish I could solve overnight. And if I could, I'd be the happiest person in the world, and I wouldn't ask for anything else.
Well, that is definitely something great that a lot of people would appreciate. Unfortunately, magic wands, it's not quite available yet. We'll work on that. But thank you so much for being with us, Mayor Patrick. Thank you for watching Central Georgia Focus.